Hey, we all know how we're gonna die, baby. We're gonna crash and burn.
Alright, this week's first descent is the Catwoman 80th anniversary 100-page super spectacular with the Gabrielle Dell'Otto cover. Can't pass up the lady in leather with a whip. But this week's episode is going to be CGC. Why was this even graded? A couple dollar books, and patience in this hobby always pays off. So before we get to that, we gotta get to our two from the tomb. This week's two from the tomb, been hearing a lot about, been watching a couple other channels. People basically, and I'm in agreement with them about bitching about crossovers. And I was trying to remember the last time I was like excited about any kind of crossover. So I had to go way back. Even Rebirth, I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a great, great new beginning, but just like everything else, it just, the light went out on it. But the last one I really enjoyed reading was the Infinity War crossover, especially with these couple characters here with the doppelgangers and stuff, and the Demo Goblin, Demo Goblin, I should say, if I can talk. But yeah, I remember this issue specifically, so I figured, we'll just take a look at this one. I don't see it too much on YouTube, but yeah, I enjoyed both these characters. Let's see here. So it's basically it turns into SpiderMan and Hobgoblin versus Six Arms there and the Demo Goblin there. But it was just like I had to go all the way back then to really think of something I enjoyed reading crossover, where I had to buy like different, because I have some of the Silver Surfer stuff and other titles that it bled into. But nowadays there's just too many of them, and I brought up the point before. Like, I think it should be, every 5 years they should have a major crossover or major event. Build it up, man. Take a year to build it up. They did it with Batman with the Nightfall storyline. If you remember, that actually started happening almost 8-9 months before it actually bled into Bane blowing up the asylum to let all the lunatics out, and that was the beginning of Nightfall. So there was still months to go on that. But anyways, back to this. This is a good story. I just reread it again. I just had fun with it, and I just remember how good this was. Again, as soon as people see 90s books, I might as well just throw this in the trash, I mean, not even look at it. But I mean, these characters are pretty cool in here. Just like that kind of characters that I like, evil. But yeah, it's basically a three-way dance. You got Spider-Man versus Hobgoblin versus the other two here. Then of course, yeah, they're both fighting their their likenesses. But yeah, I'm curious. Interested to hear anybody else's last favorite crossover or main event major event. They used to happen in the summers quite a bit back in the 90s, but I stopped. I just basically got burnt out on them after Dark Metal or Death Metal. Nightfall, was it Death Metal? The one with Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. I bought all the tie-ins. I bought everything, and I was just like, by the end of that, I was like, I'm never gonna buy anything to do with any crossover ever again. I'll just send them all out, and I've sat them all out. The only one I really bought was because I really liked the look of the character was Night Terrors, the Superman one. I thought that character looked pretty cool, so I ended up picking that up. And I think I bought the Batman just out of habit. But then I was thinking, okay, for the other part of this Two from the Tomb, what is like a one shot that I really enjoyed? And the last one I could remember was Captain Dinosaur. Shaky Kane, yeah. That's all you need to know. His art style, man, it just really brings everything to you. So of course it starts with some dude falling out of the sky, you know. It's Captain Dinosaur and Honeymoon. It's an adventure story. It just, fight a different bunch of bad guys. Just different kind of characters in here. This hypnotist guy. Trying to make him, take his own, delete himself, I guess. Then you got what is this? The Carnival Evil of Crime. So that's who they're fighting. You got the hypnotist, and I guess this was written in 2014 before everybody. This might have been little edgy, but yeah, got a muscular woman, we'll say. Then we take a little nice break in the middle here, show some cosplay action. Then we go skip right into like the 6-foot Frankensteins. That's what they call. The funny thing is about there's like all these different Frankensteins that are different sizes and stuff. And this one cracked me up right here because it reminded me of the hell was that movie? Reminded me of Tropic Thunder when that guy jumps on or that little kid jumps on Ben Stiller's back and he like ends up tossing him. But yeah, then he's like, "Oh, what the hell's going on?" And he's like, and then there's like all these real miniature Frankensteins, like little like flea size. But yeah, it's just good fun. It's like I had a blast reading this. I'm not gonna show anymore because I don't want to give it away if anybody wants to read it. But yeah, I highly recommend this if you can find it. You should be able to find this in like a dollar bin or 50-cent bin. But it's just goofy, it's fun, and it's only one issue. So you got major event versus just a simple one shot. I mean, I was just like, I reread this earlier and I was just laughing so hard I couldn't. I'm a fan of this dude, Shaky Kane's art. Sequential Geek recommended another book. What is it? Two Evils, I think it's called, or yeah, it's an oversized book. He does half of it, so I'll try to. I don't have it nearby, but all right. So let's get to the haul. I went on pretty long on that. Two for the two, two from the two. Yeah. All right, we'll start with our dollar books first. I was watching Psychotronic Squirt Guns channel. He has a show on. I think they show just different books that they picked up through the week or something like that. There's like 3 or 4 guys on there. They're just showing their stuff. They all seem to like like the Legion of Superhero stuff. The older stuff primarily, it seems like. And they're all in agreement. Like, yeah, they all were showing different stuff from their collections. And I was like, they got a good point, man. It's like it's good fun, It's so I ended up picking up a couple of Superboy books. These are some 15 centers, but I paid $1 for them. I own a few of the Superboy books. I enjoyed them, and I sort of got the point with. I guess they were trying to, maybe they were remaking it all, but I just took from it as like, not everything has to be, not everything has to be so serious, and these are just good books. A lot of them are one-off stories. You don't need to know the whole backstory. Basically you just gotta know, Superboy. So this is issue 166. And ended up finding issue 164. So basically, these two books were inspired by watching that channel, and if you get a chance, check them out. Psychotronic's working. I'm not exactly sure. I rarely catch his live shows, just for different scheduling reasons. But yeah, it's I want to say it's Tuesdays, but just check out his channel down below. Definitely, if you can get on his live shows, live chat's pretty cool too. There's a lot of people I recognized. But yeah, this haul was like basically inspired. These books were inspired by me watching that. Then they happen to have a Superman book in there, so for $1. This is issue 208. Those that are new to the channel, those that are never seen some of my older stuff, I'm basically trying to put a nice run together of Superman, but without spending more than $5 on an issue. So anytime I can find like a Silver Age Superman for $1 or under $5, I usually just pick them up, no questions asked. It was complete. It's complete. So remember to count your pages. But yeah, I'm not gonna count pages on a $1 book, but. But yeah, it's like, I think for Superman Volume 1, I'm just gonna keep up with it, but I'm not really going out of my way to find books either. Like, I'm not scouring eBay or anything like that. Some of the keys are gonna be tough, and there's not really, for a Superman book, Superman series, basically everything over 200. There's not a whole heck of a lot of expensive ones, but yeah, those are my dollar finds. Next up was a half-price book find. I found this for $2. So this is Detective Comics issue number 850. So many years ago on YouTube, they were trying to pump this up as the first appearance of Gotham City Sirens. Those that don't know who that is, that's the team of Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn. I'm not sure I agree with that this is it, But anyways, I already owned a copy of this, and the reason why I bought it was because I wanted to mess around with it. It was pretty filthy here, and I ended up cleaning it up pretty decently. I mean, it's not the greatest looking, but I made it look better than my copy, because my copy had, it was like, not stained, but I guess from the sun or something like that. It was like yellow, but you can see it's a couple of dents, but I mean, this book looks pretty decent now. I mean, I think I did a decent job on it, because it was pretty filthy. So basically, anytime I want to replace any of my books, especially the ones with white covers, because for some reason, some of them just get nasty after a while. But I bought it nasty. It wasn't like sitting in my house and it became nasty, but this one definitely looking better. So if anybody needs a copy of this, let me know. All right, so I ended up buying this one for $12, and there's a story behind this one. So this is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 55. Those that don't know, about 3 or 4 years ago, I was buying a lot of books, pre-ordering a lot of books off of, especially during COVID, discount comic book services. Long story short, I ended up pre-ordering 2 of these. Those that don't know, also, when you have a subscription through DCBS, it lets you know when the books are in your file. At least they did back then. Uh, so I ordered 2 of these because I thought when I first saw the previews for this cover, I was like, "Wow, this is this is an iconic book. Iconic cover. I still think it is. I think it's probably one of the best covers in the last. It's been homaged quite a few times, but I think it is one of those books that that would end up being on T-shirts and posters and stuff like that. I just thought it was a cool looking book. I mean, I got the other prints too of it. I got the second and third printing, but this is So the story behind that is I ended up pre-ordering 2 copies. I saw it was in my pull box, my virtual pull box. God, that sounds stupid, but it was in my virtual pull box, and they sent me my shipment. I used to just wait for a month, and they'd send me everything at the end of the month or the beginning of the month, whatever. And yeah, I did my opening. I can't remember what video it is, but I'm opening it, and these 2 books are not in there. And by the time it was a hot book, I guess it was going for pretty close to, I don't know, $30 at the time, maybe 50 on a good day. So it was a well sought after book. I mean, none of the shops had it around here. And they ended up going on making 3 printings of it, so that tells you exactly how popular it was. Well, it didn't get it. I emailed them back and forth. I was like, "Where's my book?" I was like, I ordered them. I got charged for them. I forgot to bring that point up. I got charged for them, and they were like, "Oh, first they didn't know what happened to my books. Then they said, "Oh, they came in damaged." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, you put them in the pull box. So I thought something was really shady. So, all right, while editing this, I saw that I literally ran out of room, a storage space. So I decided to finish the rest of the story. So finishing up, I never ordered through them again. That was the last time. This channel's not about negativity, but I just can't recommend them. I'll never recommend them ever again. It was just too shady for that kind of book. You lost a customer because I would probably still pre-ordered them. By the time that book came out, COVID was pretty much restrictions were pretty much loosening up. So but I still would have probably pre-ordered off of them because I thought they did a decent job. I always liked the way the books always came in decent condition, but anytime a hot book comes out, I got to worry about it. And I know I'm not one of these hot book guys, but it was just a book I wanted. But anyways, let's get back to the last book. All right, lastly, those have been following the channel for a couple months now. I've been trying to piece together like a Spawn run. I've been missing issue 114, so that would take me all the way up to issue 116 now. But I was looking for it on eBay. I'm trying to piece it together through cons and shops and eBay and stuff like that. So I was looking for issue 114, so I happened to find it. But I found it for this is a 9.6 CGC. I ended up buying this for $25 on eBay. I couldn't find a raw copy for less than basically $16, $17 shipped to my house. Local shop had this, and I was like, wow! I was like, perfect for me. It's graded, so I know exactly what it is. But for the price, I couldn't pass it up. So. I think this is like I don't know, I think I have like 7 CGC books now. Took a picture, maybe I'll show it here. I'm becoming a CGC wall guy, I don't really care to have books graded, but it's still cool to have it. But I'm not sure exactly how much it costs to grade a book through CGC. I want to say it's probably $25 for a modern book, and that's not including shipping back and forth, and so to have this book graded, I'm not sure it was worth the money. I think what might have happened, I think there's a guy around here that, because I see him, you get to know a few people, 'cause you see the same people at every show, but he's always looking for a Spawn. And he always wants it like 9.8. I'm just curious if this may be one of his books that he was trying to get a 9.8 in, and it came back 9.6, which to me, I can't tell the freaking difference. I mean, so I think it's there's a big leap from 9.2 to 9.8, but I can't see it most of the time because I'm not that kind of collector, first of all. So to me, Nairman's, I think it's always been an Overstreet. It's been like considered like the 9.2 Near-Mint minus or whatever. But yeah, I thought it was cool. For $25, I couldn't pass it up. Fills another hole in the Spawn run. So I'm creeping up as we're. I thought I was going to stop after issue 100. Now I'm all the way up to like I said, 116, 117. I can't remember. So here we go. The other thing is, it's been taken away from my Batman run, which I want to at least get issue 151 out of the way so I can say I got 150 to current, but that's another story. But all right, guys, I'm going to cut this one. I think I've gone on long enough. So next week or the week after, I'm not sure when I'm putting my new video up. I think it's going to be the Boneyard Press mystery box. So you guys will get a kick out of this one, man. I already filmed it, so it's you'll be able to. Here's some stuff in there, man. Let me tell you. But yeah, check out all the channels down below. Definitely a lot of good content coming out lately. I'm gonna update that list down there pretty soon, maybe the next couple weeks. There's a couple other channels I'm really digging lately too. But thanks again for watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Got a few subscribers. Putting up some shorts. Elvis fans. Appreciate the representation. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.